there were several comical breaks throughout this film, there were also several moral points woven into the storyline as well, which showcased the importance of accepting people for their differences and even embracing those differences. So when you were writing the script for this film, did you draw inspiration from your own childhood? Do any of the characters reflect maybe yourself as a child?
I do genuinely think that you have to bring something of yourself into a story. I wanted it to be a zombie movie for kids, but I've also I wanted it to be a zombie movie for kids, but underneath that, I wanted it to really have a point of view of what it's like to be 11, you know. So that was always important to me.
Okay. Now, did you have any idea of who you wanted to cast for each character when you were writing the script?
I thought there were different types in mind, but not specifically. I mean, Sam's here now, by the way. Hello, sorry I didn't catch your name. I just had to run out for a minute.
Hi, my name is Sarah Wilson from OneSavvyMom.net. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Sarah. I think, definitely I had types in mind, and, part of the story is about, presenting these stereotypes and then kind of turning them on their head.
Okay.
So that was part of the writing part. But then when we started working on the movie, when Sam and I got together and we started talking about casting, that's when we really started exploring who we wanted for these parts.
Okay. Now, this film was made using stop-motion animation, which is a fairly complicated process. Can you explain the process a little bit and perhaps shed light on some of the challenges that you faced when making this movie?
Well, it's a very old way of making films in a way. It's stop frame. We literally move the puppet a little bit at a time and photograph each frame. And obviously, as you know, film is made up of frames, and when you run them together at speed, then it gives you the illusion of movement. So really, the whole thing is think of it like a miniature live-action set. So we build a miniature world. We have these miniature characters, Norman and Neil, and all these great people, all these great characters, basically made as puppets. And then we light them with lights, and we have, art directors around, and the whole thing is like a little mini live-action world, but we shoot very, very slowly.
Okay.
And one of the big challenges always is to capture spontaneity and a sense of things just happening, almost like real life, to capture a sense of real life. It's a very difficult thing to do when you're making it in such a painstaking way.
Yeah. Now, were there any particular issues that you ran into when making this film?
There's always issues when making a film like this. I think that's part of it, is they are such huge undertakings. There isn't a single thing in these movies that isn't designed and made by hand. Nothing comes for free. So just the sheer size of it is hugely problematic. I think, there were certain unique challenges to this one.
Mm-hmm.
The scope of it, it's huge. It's more ambitious, I think, than any other stop-motion movie that's been made to date. But also the style of acting.
Yes.
We went for a very nuanced, naturalistic style of acting that is unusual for this medium.
Okay, so this is really groundbreaking in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. In terms of the bigness, but also the smaller detail as well,
Yeah, I could see that. Now, can you also tell me, was there a target audience that you were trying to reach with this film? Is there a particular age range that you were shooting for, or do you recommend this for adults and children alike? Is there...
It's a family movie,
okay.
And we were looking back at the family movies of the sort of 80s that we love, like Amblin movies and things like The Goonies, and,
Some of my favorite films there.
E.T., yeah.
Yeah.
Those movies were maybe a little bit more edgy,
Yeah.
Than movies are today. So, maybe this probably isn't for preschoolers.
No, but I screened it with my 5-year-old, and she did pick up on the moral points in the background as well, that it's about accepting people for who they are. So I thought that was pretty enlightening that my 5-year-old picked up on that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You're
Yeah.
a smart 5-year-old.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. She's smarter than me sometimes. Well, I thank you both for taking the time to speak with me today.